Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about three things. Number one, my new ramp setup to get the Spyder into the trailer. Number two, load balancing the Vespa and the Spyder in the trailer. And number three, I'll go over some of the specs of my tow vehicle and the trailer combined. So stay tuned. So my technique for load balancing this trailer is I'm going to load the Spyder and my Vespa inside this trailer and preliminarily put them where I think they should go. So the tool I'm going to use to verify if I've got the right loading is my fancy adjustable hitch. So what I've done is I needed an adjustable hitch for this vehicle and for my other vehicles that are going to tow this trailer potentially, and so I went ahead and got an adjustable hitch that has an integrated tongue weight gauge built in. So what I'm going to do is load up everything to where I think it should be in the trailer, and then I can read that gauge. Now, what I know so far about this vehicle, and that's very important to know, is this F-150 will tow 7,500 pounds plus or minus the cargo weight, and this F-150 tow receiver is rated for 500 pounds. So what I've got to do is make sure I'm not over any of those specifications between the truck and the trailer. So that's sort of my goal, load everything up and stay within the parameters of the 500 pound hitch weight. And obviously I'm well under the 7,500 pound tow rating of the vehicle. This trailer weighs 1,880 pounds. It's all aluminum. I think that's pretty light for the size. It's a 7x16. The Vespa that goes inside, it's in the garage here, weighs 375 pounds. And the Spyder here weighs 1,021 pounds. So by my calculations, that's about 3,276 pounds that are going to go in the trailer. Now I'll probably round up a little bit to make it an even 3,300. There's some fuel in each vehicle, and I know that weighs so many pounds per gallon, but that's being a little over precise. So from what I understand about towing, and I'm a newbie, is that I should have about 10% of that 3,300 pounds on my tongue in order to tow correctly. That's what it should be. So I'm going to load everything up and try to get that gauge that's on that trailer hitch right around 330 pounds plus or minus. So what you don't want to do is get too much weight in the back of this trailer and pull up on the vehicle. That's very unstable. That's going to end up pulling this vehicle around going down the highway. You don't want too much weight on the tongue itself to exceed the tongue rating of the vehicle or load it down so much that you're porpoising and you get poor handling and wobbling going down the road. So I think the ideal solution here is to just get that 330 pounds at that hitch. And when I do that, I'll go inside and I'll mark all the positions of where everything is in this trailer. And I'll end up putting some marks on the floor today temporarily, and then I'll go back and put chalks or something so that every time I pull this in, I know I've got the right tongue weight and it's going to tow the same every time I drive it. So here's my ramp setup, guys. What I have is two 4-inch race ramps, and I have this other steel ramp for one of my car lifts on hand. So I'm going to use that right now, but it's much too heavy to transport around, so I'll have to get something else for the center. But I think this should give me the appropriate angle I need to load up the Spyder. Okay guys, so this is preliminarily how I think I'm going to have the Vespa. So I've got a wheel chock in the front so it can't touch there. I've got it typically how I tie it down on my Vespa trailer. I've got them crossed, handlebar to back, rear bar to front, making a complete X. So you can see how this is fitting in here. Now this is just sort of preliminary. I do not have the Spyder in, but I'm surprised how much room it does take up. So Spyder's probably gonna ride a little farther back than I thought, but that'll all be based on the tongue weight. So time to pull in the Spyder. Wow, I'm glad I got the size trailer I did. So right now the Spyder's pulled in behind the Vespa. I've probably got a foot of clearance there. Obviously I've got the right amount of clearance on the side. And if you look in the back here, kind of get the back view. And then when you go back to side, it's hard to see. I've got a tape measure on the floor, but there's about a foot from here to this door. Now, this is exactly where I think I want it because based on the load calculations I mentioned earlier, I need about 330 pounds. So if you look at this gauge, we are right in there. We are about 340 pounds on the tongue. And I just took this 4-foot level and kind of did an assessment on how level the trailer is. And that's riding pretty level. So I think I'm pretty happy with the positioning of the Spyder and the Vespa here. Now I could have obviously done this a different way if I was tighter on space. I could have taken this Vespa and did more of a side to side, but just for ease, I just pulled straight in. And I think it's gonna work out well. So I'm gonna do a little mock tie down system for this. And I mark the floor, and I think that's gonna be the spot. So this is pretty exciting. Okay, here's a simulation of some of the tie down work. Now this is just a simulation. I'm not using these tie downs. I don't like them because they don't have the spring clip here. So I've had them come out before on other things I've tied down. And I'm also gonna get ones that have the built-in wheel strap and you just connect it. I just gotta decide if I'm going straight or I'm gonna do an X. But you can see that's how it looks from the front. And if you come around to the back, what I've done here is just did side to side. So taken this tie down, looped it through, brought it back, that tie down, looped it through, took it back. Again, not using these permanently. I have another set on order that are better suited for going around tires and having the spring clip. I think those are gonna be ideal. Yeah, I think this is gonna work out rather well. I've got plenty of room for extra stuff. It is tighter than I thought based on this configuration, but this is just the easy configuration. I can play with other ways to put these. I could try to back this Spyder in. I could, you know, take the Vespa and make it crossways. But I think right now, this is the best solution for how it's ultimately gonna go. So I'm gonna have the ramps. I'm gonna get a different center ramp, but I no longer scrape. We are completely loaded. We are running level. Again, just to recap, the trailer's 1880, the Spyder's 1021, and the Vespa's 375. That's approximately 3,300 pounds. This F-150 is rated for 7,500 pounds, plus or minus the cargo, and the hitch receiver is rated to 5. So I am well beneath all of the requirements for this vehicle and this trailer. My Explorer, which would pull this as well, is rated for 5,000 pounds and also has a 500-pound tongue weight. So the tongue weight, the way this is now, if I hooked my Explorer up, would work just as well. I may have to adjust the hitch because the Explorer is about an inch higher, but that's perfectly, you know, adjustable, and that's why I got the hitch. I'll show you how these E-Track tie downs work. You just pull back on the lever and you slide it in, and then it hooks and it latches. So this can go anywhere along the track that I want to put them, and they're very heavily rated, so they're not going to go anywhere. Okay, here's the crime scene. Back tire, 2 front tires, back tire of the Vespa, which goes up against the chalk. So I think that's a good simulation. I think what I'm gonna do now is, these are marked. I'm gonna buy some, like, you can find like, one of the guys, Brian, sent me a thing to link on Amazon where you have this platform and it's got like a little ridge and you can mount them on this floor. So when I pull in, it'll put that tire exactly where I want. Same with the back. I don't need anything for the Vespa because it's small. It goes right up against the wall every single time. So I think this is good. So I think it's gonna work out really well. I want to talk about one thing for a minute, because I was asked how much this trailer cost. Again, this is a 7x16 Neo all aluminum trailer. I paid $9,450. That is discounted. This trailer was over $10,000 on the lot as it sat, and they happened to have it for over 6 months, and so they were trying to get rid of it. It has options that I wasn't going to get on the other trailer I was looking at, because on the lot they had a 7x14, which is what I thought I originally wanted. Same configuration, dual axle, same height, just 7x14. They made me a deal for the same price as that 7x14. I got this for $94.50. It listed for over 10, so I think I got a pretty good deal. Yes, could I have bought a steel trailer? Absolutely. I could have got a steel trailer for probably half the price. I could have got a steel frame trailer with an aluminum upper, or all steel, or a much poorer quality trailer for 60% less. I did a lot of research, and this just seems like a really good brand of trailer, and I was happy with the build quality and the reputation and some of the features. So yes, I could have got a trailer for much less, but this is the route I went. No regrets so far. We'll see. It's going to cover a lot of miles, so I wanted something durable and I wanted something light. And to clarify what I mean, the trailer I was looking at that was 7x14 in the same brand didn't have some of the options. Give or take, right? People, it's love or hate for the Michigan logo. That's an option. Yeah, would I have ordered that? No. But this does have the nice pop-out swivel vents that the other trailer didn't have. It has higher-end aluminum wheels the other trailer did not have. This has the Moto sort of rear trailer stanchions on the back here on each side that the other trailer did not have. And it's larger, and there's a lighting package inside as well. So to me, it was a great deal, because the other trailer was $9,450 without those features and smaller. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. This will probably be the end of the trailer series unless you have any other questions. So I'll end here and I'll catch you in the next one. So ride safe.